Hello, Mike here from the Canadian Workshop. Thanks for tuning in. If you have a Dewalt sander that is constantly jumping around while you're trying to sand, instead of being nice and smooth, just like this, stick around. I'll show you why this is happening and how to fix it. If you're already subscribed, I really appreciate it. If not, now is a good time to do it. We have lots of videos coming up just like this one. And why not take the time to like and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any of our upcoming videos. Now let's get on to it. The problem with this sander is a seized bearing on the sanding pad. The bearing won't allow the sanding pad to spin freely, which is what is causing all the jumping around. This can also prevent the sander from getting up to maximum speed. The first step to resolve this issue is to remove the sanding pad. There are 3 screws holding the pad to the bearing. These can be removed now or after the sanding pad is removed. I decided to remove mine first. Next, there's a torque screw holding the sanding pad to the motor. Once removed, you'll have access to the bearing. This is the original bearing on this unit, so we'll need some cleaning up. I used a toothbrush to get all the dust out of the bearing. You can see that this bearing is seized. The bearing on this unit is a 6202DW. I'll leave a link to this item in the description below. To remove the bearing from the housing, carefully pry the housing apart with a flat screwdriver. You can pry or press the bearing out. Since I didn't have one on hand, I needed my sander. I decided to pop off the seals and grease the bearing. Using a small flat screwdriver, carefully pry off the seals to get access to the bearings. The seals were still good, but after years of use, dust will inevitably get into the bearings. I worked the sawdust loose and blew it out with my air compressor. Once clear, I sprayed some JB80 in the bearing to lubricate it and get it working again. Now it's nice and free. Now we can clean up the seals and housing. And in case you're wondering, this isn't my wife's toothbrush. I just give the bearing another spin to make sure it's all good and put the seals back on. Make sure to seat the seals all the way in. Next, snap the bearings back into the housing, making sure to align the screw holes. Mine just needed a little tweaking. The holes were just barely off. Once again, make sure the bearings spin freely. Now all we need to do is just put it back together. Putting it back together is just as easy as it was to take it apart. We have the 3 screws that hold on the bearing housing, and then the 1 torque screw, and don't forget the washer for the sanding pad to hold it onto the sander, and tighten it up, and we're all done. Now you can see it's sanding nice and smooth. It's not jumping around anymore, not giving us a hard time. So that's it. Thanks a lot for watching. If you haven't done so already, please like and subscribe and hit the notification bell so you can be notified of any of our upcoming videos. We're going to have more videos just like this one here, instructional, coming up, as well as other projects, including welding and woodworking. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.